Hello, my name is Denny, and this is my plant-based journey. And today when I came home from work, I saw someone in my neighborhood that was taking trash from their house to a dumpster behind someone else's house and throwing that trash away. Now, I've seen that before in other areas, and certainly we all know that people sometimes will drive down our alleys and fill up our dumpster full of their trash, or, especially around time of moving, like college kids getting out of school and going back home, or during the summertime or in the wintertime between school sessions, you'll see a lot of trash, things along those lines. And for some reason, we have this desire to throw this trash away, and oftentimes we'll go out of our way to throw it away, not in our area, but in someone else's area. And part of the reason we do that is we want to keep our space open and available. You know, I was thinking about that, and sometimes we let people come and dump their garbage in our lives, just like people dump garbage in our trash barrels or our dumpsters behind our house. We let people come and they just dump on us, and they give us their negativity, or they challenge what we're doing. They make us feel like we're doing something wrong, or we don't understand, or somehow we need some instruction, and they're going to dump it on us and give it to us. Well, a lot of times when you start the plant-based journey, when you start eating a whole food plant-based diet or a vegan diet, many times you'll get people dumping garbage in your life. You'll tell them what you're doing, why you're doing it. They'll be asking questions about why you're eating differently. And a lot of times they'll offer some suggestions or give you some ideas about what they're doing. And that's not offensive, and that's fine. I'm glad to share what I'm doing, and I'm willing to listen to what someone else has to say. But there are those people who dump the garbage. They're going to come up with all the reasons why what you're doing won't work. It's not that they're an expert on it. They just know better. And they like to dump that garbage. Well, one of the ways in which people often dump garbage in the life of someone who's trying to eat a whole food plant-based diet is they'll ask you the question, well, where do you get your protein? They'll imply that by eating plants, by eating vegetables, that you can't get protein. Because somehow we believe that the only way to have protein is to get it from animal products. But I thought I would share a couple of things with you today, and I made a few notes, so I'm going to look down from time to time. But I pulled this information off of nutritionfacts.org. That's Dr. Michael Greger. He has a wonderful book on how not to die. He has other information as well, but his website is fantastic. His YouTube channel is fantastic. I've had the opportunity to hear him speak a few times, and I think you will benefit greatly by going to his site. And I went to his site and looked at some of the information that he shared on protein. And one of the things that he said is that people don't understand that animal proteins cause some harm. Animal proteins increase insulin levels. They increase the risk of inflammatory bowel disease, impairing artery function, increasing the risk of colon cancer. There are other things involved in eating animal products that can cause some harm to your body, but we think that their protein must be superior. But he explains that those who eat a plant-based diet actually have significantly lower levels of some of the harmful things and higher levels of protein plasma in the blood. One of the things that I found very interesting is that he says that vegetarians and vegans get 70% more protein than is the required daily intake. Well, I wanted to look into that a little bit more. What is the required daily intake? What is it that's recommended for us? Because back when I used to eat I guess you'd call it a bodybuilding diet, there's a lot of that diet that came from protein. And most of it came from animal products. It came from chicken or lean beef or from dairy products or from eggs. And you were eating a lot of protein, or so you thought. But where can we get this protein, and how much do we really need? So I went to Dr. John McDougall's website, and in his writing of a newsletter, he sends out newsletters on a regular basis. Again, his website is fantastic. There's lots of great information. I have a couple of his books as well, and you'll enjoy them. The Starch Solution is a great book to start with as you're learning to eat this way. There are others. His latest book is fantastic. Just some really good information. So I started looking into this question, how much is enough? How much protein do we really need? And in the newsletter that he sent out, it talks about the World Health Organization and their recommendations. Do you know what we recommend as a national health organization for protein intake by the human? Well, it's 5%. 5% of your calories should come from protein. And so if a man is eating a 3,000 calorie a day diet, that's 38 grams of protein. That's what they recommend. If you're a woman and you're eating 2,300 calories a day, that's 29 grams of protein. And if you'll eat, for instance, if you'll drink one protein shake, many of those have 20 to 40 to 50 grams of protein. So you've already met or exceeded the recommendations. And so people think, I need to eat all these animal products to get this protein because I need so much. And in truth, you really don't need so much. In fact, it's interesting when you start looking at a whole food plant-based diet, how much it actually provides for you. So if you'll eat a whole food plant-based diet, you'll exceed the recommendations of how much protein you need in your diet. So for instance, if you just ate rice, and I know nobody's going to eat just rice all day long, but if you ate just rice, you would gain about 71 grams of protein for the day. That's pretty significant. If you ate potatoes, you would have 64 grams of protein for the day. Now, both of those numbers are about double what the minimum or the recommendation is from the World Health Organization. And so just by eating rice or potatoes, you exceed the requirements that you have for protein. So on his newsletter, he lists many fruits and vegetables and starches, and I didn't list them all, just some of them that I thought you might find interesting. Again, go to the website. You can look it up for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Research it. You're going to be blown away at what you see. Rice is 8% protein. Corn is 11% protein. Oatmeal is 15% protein. Beans are 27% protein. And peas are 28% protein. Those are just some of the things that I enjoy to eat on a regular basis. Now, if you go to those green vegetables and some of the others that we cook with, I want you to notice, if you eat asparagus, it's 42% protein. Broccoli is 42%. Lettuce is 40%. Spinach is 51% protein. And onions are 32% protein. Go look at that and compare it with the animal consumption and how much protein you're getting. You know, you don't have to eat an animal-based diet. You don't have to eat all the fats and the negative things that go with animal eating to gain your protein. So when people come and they want to dump that garbage in your life and say, well, if you're eating a whole food plant-based diet, you're not going to get enough protein, just realize that that's not the truth. Don't let it destroy your life. Don't let it cause you to quit. Don't get mad. You don't need to get in an argument. You don't need to get in a fight. It's not worth all that. But you can point them to some of these studies. You can show them the truth that if you eat a whole food plant-based diet, you're going to get all the protein you need and more. So don't let them dump that garbage in your life. Eat that whole food plant-based diet. I trust it. I'm eating it. I'm enjoying it. I'm losing weight. I'm feeling good. And I know it will help you too. Stay tuned because we have more to come on our progress and how things are going, and especially in my upcoming trip to go up to Cleveland, to the Cleveland Clinic, and spend some time with Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn and learn about his program and begin to follow those practices as I take control of my health. I appreciate your time today. I want you to know I hope that you'll come back. I hope you'll comment. If you have more questions that I can answer, what are some ways in which people have dumped garbage in your life? Let me know. Share it below. I'll try to answer those questions as well. But if you're concerned about protein, folks, there's plenty of protein in the food that you eat when you eat a whole food plant-based diet. If I can help you in any way, let me know. Like, share, subscribe, all the things that you need to do to help me out here on YouTube. Like my page on Facebook, Denny's Plant-Based Journey. I'm Denny. This is my plant-based journey, and I'm ready to eat some more vegetables. It's time for dinner, and I'm going to get plenty of protein. You have a great day.